Hey and welcome. So here is a big predicament that we all face. We cannot fight our own selves. And we are the criminals because you cannot fight you. It's easy to point fingers at other people. They didn't do that. They didn't do that, or she didn't do that because, so therefore I am who I am, the result of what I am now. It's because of other people or the government or whatever, right? But you have to learn to fight you. And how do you fight you? It's in the mind. It's all in the mind. You gotta learn to fight your own mind. That's how you fight you. Because you can't go out there. It would be easy if you were to fight someone else physically, hit them, right? It would be so easy because it's their fault, not your fault. So the problem that we have as of people, and the one thing that you really don't want to face, or even to look in the mirror, it's the fear of looking at the failure of what is facing you, what you're looking at, what you're seeing. It's you failing yourself. So you don't know how to fight your own self. So that's where the problem is, because you are failing right now. You just don't know how to act on it. And it's so easy. You gotta decide. The day you decide to be a whole different person, boy, oh boy, that's the day everything for you will change. And it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy at all, but it's doable because you are willing to take a chance on you. Because the battle is in the mind, and nobody knows what is going on in your mind. Nobody. Until you open your mouth and tell them. Nobody knows that. So this battle that's going on in your mind, you gotta find a way how to fight it. How do you fight yourself for your own freedom? Because it's easy to be lazy. It's easy to say no. It's easy to give up excuses of saying, I can't do this, I can't do that. It's so easy. But how do you fight that? You gotta overlook, you gotta talk to yourself, you gotta tell yourself that I am doing this, whether you like it or not. I'm doing this. You gotta see, as I remember growing up, we were told, oh, you can't talk to yourself, it's crazy. But apparently that's the very thing that you have to do is to talk to yourself, to overpower your mind. Because remember, the mind is made to protect us, right? So if the mind is made to protect you, it's you not to take a risk. It's you not to be different. It's you not to do things differently. Because when you're doing, the mind is uncomfortable when you're doing things differently. The mind brings you back in to what you know. And you don't want that. You don't want that. So what are you willing to exchange for the money that you want to have right now? What are you willing? What are you willing? Tell me in the comments. Please share this with other people because I really would love to know. What are you willing to do? What exchanging are you willing to do? Are you willing to exchange your own child for your freedom? Are you willing to exchange yourself for your own freedom? So that comes within the work of, as I was saying in my previous video, get into the room. How are you going to get into that room to be more, to be better? How much are you willing to pay for information? Because as I said, it's start with a book. Start with reading a simple book. Sometimes that's all you need to know. And you don't need to read 100 books. Probably you can go through them until one hits you and you're like, whoa, okay, now that spoke to me really differently, more than any other book that I've read. And you act on it. It's the acting bit that really fails a lot of people. We don't act. Some of us are professional note takers. I used to be one of those people, taking notes all the time and not really doing much about it. And I'm like, as I'm saying that I want to be free, I want to be able to live a free life. And honey, you are just taking notes, going to seminars, doing this, doing that, but you are not acting. Because going to a seminar, being hyped up is one thing. It's the work that you have to do after. It's like you listening to this video right now. What are you going to do after when you watch this video? What are you going to do? Anything, small thing, tell me below in the comments. Right? Share this video with other people. Come on, guys. We are the people to the change that we want. We are the people. Yeah? So tell me, as I said, you are the last chance to your mama's freedom or your papa's freedom, and you are the teacher to your kids right now. What are you teaching them? What are they learning from you? How can they be different? How can they be more? How can they be better? Right? Because that's all we want. But with the lack of us not taking action or putting ourselves on the line, nothing will change. And that is a fact. Nothing will change. Yeah? Because the one thing we let take over is the fear. Because you don't know, so therefore you don't act. But when you are feeding into fear, it's you saying fear is important more than your family. Fear is important more than your kids. You're letting fear fail you just because you're afraid. What are you afraid of? Anyway, because what are the odds? Sitting down and complain? What are the odds? You not doing anything? Why not take a chance? If you fail right now, that's not really necessarily you failing, that's you learning. Because if you are really striving and wanting to be more and to be better, you'll fall on your face, get yourself up, and then pick yourself up and do again, do repeat, or even be a little bit more than what you did the last time. That's you facing fear. That's how everybody fails some way, somehow. Nothing just starts and then boom, bada bing, bada, nothing. You gotta go, because you are growing through that process. You are learning. That's how you learn. You are applying. You're learning. So, because if you win the first time, now that's just hard luck, and it's gonna come crumbling down, and it's gonna hit you very hard. Be willing to fail through the process of you growing. Be willing to make mistakes through the process of you growing. Don't want things right here and right now. And that's one thing that I find with when it comes to trading Forex, people fail there because of we come with that mindset of wanting the money now. And that's where people fail. And I don't want you to do that. With anything that you're going to start, like as in right now, please be willing to learn. You are learning and you are growing. That's all you're doing. Yeah? So go out there and be the best version of you. I cannot, and I mean I cannot emphasize that enough. Honey, you are the best thing that God ever created. So be it. Be that thing. Go out there, take a chance on you. Take a chance on you. You owe yourself at least that. Yeah? Take a chance on you. Now, share this, but firstly, on you, go and find your purpose. What is your purpose? Stop chasing for money. You do that every day, and that doesn't pay you off very well. Find your purpose. Find something that will actually make you happy and be wanting to wake up every morning and want to do it. What is it? That very thing. Go and find it. And I'll see you next time. A lot is changing in the world, and a lot is changing in my own life. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, okay, how am I learning through this? How am I growing through this? Do I actually want to face this? Or am I just placing myself here? Or how, okay, so I'm growing here. I'm looking at myself every day. I'm questioning my judgments, my actions, the things that I'm doing right now. And I want you to do the same. Go out there and find your purpose, honey. Purpose. Find it. Okay? Stop chasing for money. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.